Hey everybody, we're Alan and Kaz. We converted a Peugeot Boxer into a home on wheels to travel across Europe and the UK.
And that looks like it's done.
This week we're going to fit a fuel line to the van fuel tank to run a diesel heater.
Let's give it a go. So we're going to take this double seat out so that we can get to the diesel sender unit underneath. There's the diesel sender unit. So we're going to take the double seat out, and that makes that a lot easier to get into, but we'll do that in a minute. So now what we're going to do is take the seat out and start to get in and plumb in the diesel, ready to bring that way through, and then connect all the electrical stuff as well. Here's a little tip for you. Make sure if you're doing these seats, when I put the bulkhead in, I put the bulkhead against the seats, so now I can't slide it back. I've got to take the bolts out underneath the two Torx bolts at the back. I've got to take them out, or at least out a little bit, so that I can sort of manoeuvre it round a bit. So, little tip, make sure probably you got about a 40-50mm gap behind your seat, because I can't shift mine back now, so I've got to take them out, I think. But hey ho, never know it when you do it, do you? Okay, so I've just took the cover off, took the electrical connection off, and the two bits off there. This is the breather. This is the bit that we're going to put over the this is the bit that we're going to connect the standpipe to, and hopefully that should, yeah, that bit there is just going to go into the top of that, hopefully. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Just as a side note, you can actually take all of this off and go through there, but it means getting a special tool to do all this, and it's a bit of a bloody clap, to be honest. So hopefully this should come off here. Okay, so once you've undone that, that just pulls off. So two rubber grommets there. It's a bit of a tug, because it has to sort of break the resistance to them. Nothing breaks, but you know, it's not. You just give it a little bit of a tug, and that comes out of there. So that bit's fairly easy, and then we're going to drill our hole through the top here, and then drop the whole thing back through again. So let's see if we can do that bit. I said, okay, so what I'm doing now is a bit tiny. I'm just drilling holes in the top of here. I've started off with a small one. The breather, if you can see that, the feed there, I think it's 5.7, that thread. So I'm just going to work my way up, drilling in, not creating too big a hole, so I want a nice tight fit there. I think I started at like 2mm, working up, so I'll probably go up to about 5.5 drill bit, and then put that in there. So let's have a look. Oh, that's nice. So that's like a, what's that? That's a, I think that's like a 5.3, maybe 5. Yeah, I think it is a 5.5. It's a 5.5 drill bit. So that seems to be like a perfect fit. My plan is, you can't really get the nut in underneath there. So I'm going to screw this in, and then probably like araldite around there with plastic resin and bond that to it. I think that's going to be the way forward. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, so I've measured the tank and dropped the feed into the tank, and from the tank to the top of the white cover there, from the bottom of the tank to the top of the white cover there is 35 centimetres. So obviously this is like 50 centimetres long. So the white cover to the bottom is 35. You then got a 30mm shoulder, which is on the top of the breather, on top of the bend there, and so you've got 38 centimetres. Now, I've seen a lot of stuff online, and people are doing like 30-40mm from the bottom of the tank. To me, that doesn't seem like enough left in the tank, because obviously this is going to keep running and running and running, this diesel heater, until there's no diesel to, in theory, there's no diesel left. So to me, if you've got a 350mm depth tank and you're running it to within 40mm of the bottom of the tank, you've virtually got no diesel left at all. So I'm thinking maybe like a quarter. I'm going to leave about a quarter of the tank, because you could be out in the middle of nowhere. If you were out, say, Morocco or somewhere like that, I don't think you want to be like 30 mil left in the tank. So I'm going to leave about 25% left in the tank. So yeah, I'm going to take off about 9 centimeters off the bottom, and that should leave plenty of diesel. Plenty of diesel, at least to do something. If you know that's run out, then that's pretty good. I think 70 litre tank, so 3/4 of the tank. Quick maths, you're leaving like 20 litres in the tank. That should be plenty. So yeah, that's all good. Okay, so now we're going to connect the plastic pipe that goes all the way underneath to the pump and everything. I'm going to connect that onto this metal pipe that we just cut. I think I've read somewhere that you're supposed to have, inside this black sheath, you're supposed to have the 2 bits of pipe touching each other, so you haven't got sort of a void in between, because you can get a pressure build-up or something. I don't know if that's true, but I've read it, so we're going to try and avoid that by trying to get them to push together. So let's connect them up. Okay, that's all connected up. So now we're going to put that into the breather there, screw it in, drop it down into tank, connect everything back up, and then we'll mix some resin and put that over there as well. Okay, so we've got everything connected back up, and we're just tightening that back up. It's a bit of a clap to get all that back in, really. I think you want to put this breather on and then screw that on, but I managed to sort of bend it round a bit, and that looks like it's done. I'm going to try and thread this down behind and see what we can do with that. So I think it should just drop down behind the tank somehow. So what we've done is I've threaded that through the side of there, and what you can see is underneath it comes out there down the side of the diesel tank. So hopefully then we can drop all that in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got this sort of epoxy resin, araldite. I'm going to mix these two together, put them round the feed just there. So hopefully that should be alright, because you almost can't get, I suppose if you had a massive 10 mil long 10 mil socket, you might be able to get something on the underside, but I haven't got that, so I just screwed it in, threaded it in, and now I'm going to epoxy it with this and build this up, and this will be fine, I think. No problem. Once it's hardened off, it'll be fine. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a spot lunch. That was a bit of the job I was dreading the most, but actually that's not too bad. It went pretty well, so hopefully all good.
Are you helping? Once you've fitted a fuel line to the diesel tank on the van, the Maxpeedingrods diesel heater is really easy to fit, and you can watch that video by clicking above.
So it's super easy, really. If you need any questions, ask away. Now time for some exploring, and that's what we normally do on this channel. We don't normally fit diesel heaters and do that sort of stuff, but we just wanted to show you how easy it is so that you can equip your van so you're better ready for some exploring in farthest to reach places. So if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, hit like, and let's go explore. Let's go.